We'll be mainly going over if you have a desk job or an office job, how can you stay more active and fit? Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Chen Yang here, and I hope you're doing well. If you are new here, welcome. I am a female fitness and lifestyle coach. I run the Level Up Academy where we get to coach some amazing women all over the world to reach their goals, to look and feel their absolute best. It's very much a holistic program where we are working on every aspect of your life. Now, in today's video, I wanted to talk about how you can essentially stay on track and just be more fit whilst working an office job or a desk job / 9 to 5, because I understand that it can be really hard if you're always sat in front of your laptop. A lot of our clients work a desk job or they're nurses, but either way, they live a very busy and hectic life. But today we'll be mainly going over if you have a desk job or an office job, how can you stay more active and fit? Especially because we're now in October. That means we have like 2 more months of this year, and what better time to start ingraining some really great habits for yourself and to really be able to see yourself kickstart those goals that maybe you made in January before next January and before the next new year. So let's get started. Before we get started, actually, you know what I'm gonna say, drop a like and subscribe if you're new here. It really does support the channel and it means the absolute world to me. Just a small favor. And now let's get started. So tip number 1 is when you are going to work, try to actually build in steps and activity on your commute, okay? So if you're lucky enough to work somewhat close to home, start walking to work or biking to work. If not, take public transport, but perhaps get off at a stop earlier so that again you can get some steps in before you get into the office and you're sat on your ass for probably the next few hours. Number 2 is schedule in 5 minutes of regular breaks between work blocks. So if you have meetings back to back and you have like a little break in between, go for a walk. Don't just sit there on your phone, but maybe if you're trying to catch up on socials or catch up on messages, walk around the office with your phone for 5 minutes, go for a toilet break, a water break, stay hydrated, but just make sure that you really block in time to get up from your desk and to move around. Typically it's something we forget about, so when you can schedule it into your calendar, you will actually stay accountable to it. It's almost like a meeting for yourself. Right now, I have a meeting for 5 minutes to get my ass up and to go for a walk. That's a one-to-one meeting with myself, and that's honestly going to really add up in terms of steps. I like to call it micro steps for my clients. So if they're working a desk job and they're like, Ching Yang, I just have no time to go out for a walk, I get it. But 5 minutes, 2 minutes of just getting up and moving your body, if you do that every hour, that's going to add up to quite a few substantial steps, and it's just good for your general health. It's also going to help you recharge, because if you're like me, or I think, you know, most people in general, if you've been sat on your laptop for a good few hours of back-to-back calls, you're going to be pretty wiped out. Just simply getting up and moving your body, getting some fresh air is really going to help you become also more productive and more alert in your calls. P.S. This is a shout out to those people who are literally falling asleep on calls and they're like, oh my gosh. If you just get up and walk around, I'm sure it's really going to help you. I know it's really going to help you stay alert in your next call. Number 3 is block in time to go out for a walk during your lunch break. So if you're going out to buy some food or you just have some time during your lunch break, instead of staying inside the office, which can be quite easy, and just kind of sitting around for lunch, again, on your phone, make it a non-negotiable to go out for a walk, get some fresh air in. If you're buying meals out, go out and buy your meal and then walk around after you have it to let yourself digest. That's again really going to help you get some steps in. It's going to help you with your general activity. And if your goal, for example, right now is to lose some body fat, that's going to bring up your expenditure without you actually feeling like you have to take a break away from work or away from your office to go work out. Simply adding in a few more steps during the day is really going to help you. I think we don't realize just how effective steps are for our general health and our goals. Next is learn to say no. Probably the most important skill we could ever learn as human beings, and also one of the hardest. Honestly, I used to be a massive people pleaser. I still sometimes struggle with it, right? And as a people pleaser, you don't want to say no. You think about what others are going to think if you do reject them, or, you know, and I know that in office jobs, we are usually tempted by cakes, morning pastries, pizza, drinks at the end of the day, and it's incredible that your office place is giving you all of this, but learn to say no. You're not missing out on anything by saying, hey, no, I don't want the extra donut. No, I don't want a donut today. You're not missing out on anything. The food is always going to be there. In fact, there's always going to be more than you can have, right? There's always going to be another pizza, another bake day, you know, more pancakes in the morning, more tea and coffee and biscuits alongside that, right? There's always going to be more offered to you. You could say yes to everything and completely F your goals, right? And be very unhealthy and very unhappy with where you're at in terms of your body, how you look and how you feel. Or you can start learning to say no and realize how empowering it is to stand your ground, to set those boundaries and be like, I'm gonna stick to the foods that actually make me feel good in the long run, that perhaps are gonna get me close to my goals because I wanna look better and I wanna feel better in my own body. And that's going to require me to say no to those donuts now and then, right? They're always going to be there. You're not missing out, trust me. Say no next time and realize and recognize actually how empowering it feels, and also experience the fact that nothing actually bad is going to happen from you saying no. Your colleagues aren't going to hate you. They're probably actually going to have a lot of respect for you to be able to reject a donut, because that's freaking hard. Trust me, I know. Now, the next tip is actually start meal prepping. Now, this is not only going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time, but it's also going to help you stay more accountable, because if you have your meals with you and you've put in the effort to make them, you're probably going to eat them and not go out and buy meals, or, you know, just have what your co-workers are having in the pizza in the staff room, right? So start meal prepping, keep it simple. Find your favorite carb, a protein source, some greens, pop it in some Tupperware and bring it to work with you. Honestly, this is a game changer for, again, saving money and staying on track with your goals. And you're going to feel great eating your own meals and knowing that you've actually taken the time out to prepare your own meals. And again, you're going to earn a lot of brownie points and respect from your colleagues. Even if they don't say it, honestly, think about it. If you were at work and you see a co-worker always coming in with her meal prep, she has everything like sorted in her life, and then she goes and works out and she's looking after her body, she's energized, she's feeling good, she's looking good, what would you think? You'd probably be like, dang, give me some of what you're having. Now, next is making your colleagues aware of your goals and your priorities, okay? So actually voicing it like, hey, these are the goals I'm trying to work on. Yeah, I'm trying to lose some body fat at the moment, and this is when I tend to work out. I enjoy working out after work. When you can really set out your boundaries and make other people realize them and be aware of them, you're more likely to stick to your own word, but you're also more likely to step away from those who are trying to convince you to go out for drinks or to have a pizza slice, or, you know, to indulge with them, because now they're aware of your goals, they're aware of your boundaries and what you're really trying to achieve, and more likely they're going to want to support you, or at least not hinder you. Or in the cases, they're going to try steer you away from your goals because they're somewhat jealous, because they want to also achieve their own goals, but they just don't know how. But either way, they know what your goals are now, they know your non-negotiables, and now you don't have to feel bad for saying, no, I have something planned already after work. I have my workouts at this time and I'm gonna go and do my thing. Now, finally, my final tip is down to planning, okay? So this comes with any job you have, but making sure you schedule out your work week in advance, just your week in advance in general. What does your work commitments look like? When are your calls? When can you realistically finish up work on a certain day? Now, when you look at your fitness goals and your personal goals, okay, how can you shuffle things around to fit it all in? Okay, what days would work better for your workouts, right? What days will you have a bit more energy? When can you meal prep? Is that a Sunday? When are you going to get your groceries done? When are you going to schedule in some downtime for yourself? When you can really lay things out, you're going to be able to have a visual calendar for you, and you can see where you have spare moments of time that you could slot in more things to do, or perhaps time for you to reset and recharge. So what I like to do is I have, oh my God, I almost dropped my laptop. That would not be great, but I have a Google Calendar here, and basically I will schedule in my morning journaling and reading. I like to block that out because if I don't block it out, I'm not gonna do it, and I find that reading does set me up for the day. Now, not every morning is going to be ideal. Some days I wake up a little bit late and I'm like, screw the reading, I'm gonna start working or go out for my walk, okay? But having a loose skeleton there is really important. And then I have basically my work blocks when I'm going to get some steps in, because again, if I don't block it in, I'm probably not gonna get up and go for it. I'm not gonna stay accountable or remember to get some steps in and to move my body. And then I will schedule in when I want to work out today. So today it's going to be between 4 to 6 p.m. Also incorporating travel time to actually get to my gym. So now that's blocked in, I know that nothing is going to be booked in at that time, because that is the time that I'm going to go and shoulder press today. And then I have, okay, what am I going to do after training? Well, at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm going to finish up with some extra work, just some email stuff and some client work, etc., etc. So really blocking out all my time so I can see what I need planning to do today and tomorrow and for the week, and I can plan accordingly and really stay accountable to myself, okay? So I hope that these tips were helpful. I do really hope that they can help you just kickstart your fitness journey or help you stay a bit more consistent, especially as we wrap up this year. What better way to wrap up the year to be in a place where you have new habits cultivated or old habits, good habits ingrained further, so that you can really finish off this year the way that you probably wanted to start it, but maybe life happened during the year and you're like, crap, I actually didn't really set out for my goals and I haven't really progressed too much, been struggling a little bit. You can still finish this year off well by implementing some of these tips and seeing how you get on, right? Anything is better than nothing. Now, I am also releasing a Kickstart guide to your fitness journey, so that link is going to be below. Feel free to opt in for it and I'll just send you an email with the guide, and that's going to go through, you know, some exercise programs, some examples, some example meal plans, just to kind of get you a gauge of, okay, what does a meal plan and a workout plan look like? Perhaps that could also really help you just kickstart your journey before the end of this year. I am also opening some client spots for this month, so if you've been thinking about getting a coach, working with us, really getting that support, accountability, and a proper plan completely tailored and bespoke to your life and how your life changes, alongside obviously the mental support, because I know that a lot of us, we're overwhelmed, we're stressed out, there's a lot of things going on in life that just makes our fitness journey that much harder. Obviously, I'm here to help with that. The LUA community is there for that. So if you're interested, there's a link to book in a call with me. Feel free to use that link as well and book in a call, and then we can go from there. We can see if we're a good fit. We can see if I can actually help you and if you actually like me, because that's quite important. And if you don't, happy days. But if you do, join the community and let's get you smashing your goals before the end of this year, before Christmas, so that you can be feeling and looking your absolute best before then. Now, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you took away some pointers. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!